I am George, working at Government Pre-University College, Kannur. Hope you are all fine and safe at home and busy with your studies. Today we are going to discuss the 7th unit of the second language, English, that is under the title, Enabling the Disabled. As you all know, every unit consists of a prose lesson and a poetry section. The prose name is named Colors of Silence, and the poetry section is under the title The Blind Boy. Today we are going to discuss the poem The Blind Boy. It is a poem written by Colley Cibber, and as for the examination point of view, you will have 4 marks questions from this particular poem, and that is probably you will have to memorize the poem. The poem has 5 small stanzas. You will have to memorize the complete poem, and any one stanza will have to be written for the exam. That is as per the exam point of view. But this is a very beautiful poem that you should really read and enjoy. So talking about the poet, Colley Cibber was an actor-manager who lived in the 16th century, who was born in London. What do you mean by an actor-manager? He was a leading actor who sets up his own theatrical company and manages the business. He was such a man. And this poem is actually so beautiful, very simple. We can't find much difficult words at all. So let us recite the poem once, and let us try to understand the poem, and also let us try to memorize the poem at the end of this session. I'm sure you will be able to memorize the poem as well by the end of this session. So you need not open your textbooks. Please listen to my recitation. Shall we begin? Yes. Oh, say, what is that thing called light, which I must never enjoy? What are the blessings of the sight? Oh, tell your poor blind boy. You talk of wondrous things you see. You say the sun shines bright. I feel him warm. But how can he or make it day or night? My day or night, myself I make, whenever I sleep or play. And could I ever keep awake? With me, it were always day. With heavy sighs, I often hear you mourn my hapless woe, but sure with patience I can bear a loss I never can know. Then let not what I cannot have my cheer of mind destroy, whilst thus I sing, I am a king, although a poor blind boy. So let us try to understand the poem. I am not going to give you a detailed explanation of the poem, but let us try to know what exactly the poet is trying to tell us. Who is the speaker in the poem? The first question we need to answer. See the first stanza. Oh, say, what is that thing called light, which I must never enjoy? What are the blessings of the sight? Oh, tell your poor blind boy. So from this we very clearly understand the speaker of the poem is the blind boy. And what is the mood of the speaker? Do you think that he is in a very sad mood? Or he is asking these questions out of curiosity? When you see that in detail, we understand the boy is not sad at all. He is asking this question out of curiosity. So he is asking, oh, say, what is that thing called light, which I must never enjoy? So for a normal person, we can very easily understand what exactly light is. But for a person who is blind, he finds it very difficult to know what light means. And it may be very difficult for us to explain to him what exactly light is. And who is the blind boy speaking to? Who is he addressing to? That is another important question for us to know. Who is he speaking to? Who is he addressing to? He is addressing to the people who can see. He is addressing the normal people who can see. The next question that he is asking, what are the blessings of sight? Oh, tell your poor blind boy. Here arises another question. What are the blessings of sight? You see, take for example, suppose you go for a picnic with your parents or with your friends. After returning home, what would you tell to your friends and your relatives first? You would talk about the beautiful things that you have watched, you have enjoyed, you have seen so many things outside. Definitely you would be so happy to tell all these things to your friends. So, anything that is beautiful, the sun, the moon, the animals, the birds, human beings, everything we can consider as the blessings of sight. Okay? First answer is clear, I suppose. Let us see once again. By the end of the session, you should be able to memorize the poem as well. Oh, say, what is that thing called light, which I must never enjoy? What are the blessings of the sight? Oh, tell your poor blind boy. You talk of wondrous things you see. You say the sun shines bright. I feel him warm, but how can he or make it day or night? The next simple doubt that the blind boy has is, you talk of wondrous things. As we have already mentioned, the things that we see, we love to explain these things to our friends. You say the sun shines bright. That is a point which I can't understand. You say the sun shines bright, and how can I know that, or how can a blind person understand the sun shines bright? I feel him warm. How does a blind person understand there is sun? Or how does a blind boy feel the sun? I feel him warm, but how can he or make it day or night? What is the question that the blind boy is raising here? Do you think it's a genuine doubt? Definitely. The question that he's asking, you say the sun shines bright. I feel him warm. We can see, we say it is a sunny day. But for a blind boy, when he goes outside, he feels the warmth of the sun, the heat of the sun. When he feels the warmth, he says there is sun. And what is the next doubt that he has? What is the doubt that he is having in his mind? But how can he or make it day or night? So who makes a day or night? It is the sun who makes a day or night. So it is something like a riddle to the boy. See, who makes a day or night? It is the sun. According to a common man, or we say that the sun makes a day or night, but it seems to be something like a riddle for the blind boy. Why do you think that it becomes a riddle? Something that is entirely different. The blind boy cannot understand what do you mean by sun makes a day or night. When sun rises, it is day for us. When sun sets, it is night for us. But this is something that the blind boy cannot understand. So the real question, real doubt the blind boy has is, how can sun make day or night? You talk of wondrous things you see. You say the sun shines bright. I feel him warm, but how can he or make it day or night? My day or night, myself I make, whenever I sleep or play, and could I ever keep awake, with me it were always day. So who makes a day or night for the blind boy? Madhushi, tell me. Who makes day or night for the blind boy? It is I myself make whenever I sleep or play. When does he make day or night? Or when is day and when is night for the blind boy? My day or night myself I make whenever I sleep or play. So here what we have to note in our mind is, see, the boy feels proud. See, for a common man who makes day or night, it is the sun. But in the case of the blind boy, it is the boy himself makes day or night. My day or night myself I make whenever I sleep or play. And could I ever keep awake with me, it were always day. What does he say? When the boy feel like sleeping, when the boy sleeps, it is night for him. When he is awake, it is a day for him. So, who is in a better position according to blind boy? He says, I feel proud of my blindness because I can make day or night by myself. I can make my day. When I feel like sleeping, I go and sleep and it is night for me. Whenever I sleep, it is night, and whenever I am awake, when I do my work, when I play, it is day for me. So, here what we have to note is the positive thinking of the blind boy. He is very optimistic. He never feels sad or he never feels worried. He is not at all tensed. See, I am blind, I can't see anything. All other people can see. So I am inferior to such people. No, he never has such feeling. He always have a superiority complex in him. He doesn't say that I am blind, I am inferior. No, he is actually very happy with what he is being. So let's move to the third stanza. With heavy sighs I often hear you mourn my hapless woe. With sure, with patience I can bear a loss I never can know. Few difficult words that we will see. Two words we come across. One is hapless. Hapless means unlucky, unfortunate. Then woe. Woe means worried or tensed. So what does he say here? With heavy sighs I often hear. I often hear something with heavy sighs. People telling with some kind of sadness I very often hear. With heavy sighs I have heard people saying, you mourn my hapless woe. As I have already said in the beginning, here the blind boy is speaking about the common people, normal people who can see. And when a man who can see, when he sees a blind person, his feelings are being explained here. With heavy sighs I often hear, I often see people sympathize with me. What does a blind boy often hear? Kriti, tell me. What does a blind boy often hear? He often hears, you mourn my hapless woe. You feel sorrow for my unlucky state of mind. You say that I am unlucky. You feel that I am unlucky. You feel sympathize. You sympathize with me. See, I just don't have such feeling. What does the blind boy say? What does the blind boy say in order to counter this? But sure with patience I can bear a loss I never can know. What is the response that he gives? See, the positive mindset of the blind boy here. The optimistic view of the blind boy is being described here. And sure with patience I can bear all these things. This is not at all hurting me. It is not at all disturbing me. I am not at all worried about all these things. Why? A loss I never can know. I don't consider it as a loss. Why do you think the blind boy doesn't consider it as a loss? Tell me, Sujan? Probably, yes, exactly. So he What does he say? A loss I never can know. I don't know that this is a loss for me. Why do you think so? Because he is blind, he was born blind, and he has never experienced so-called sight. He has never seen anything. So you say, you feel tensed on me, you feel worried, you sympathize with me, but I am not at all tense, I am not at all worried. Why? Because I have never experienced. You say it is a loss for me, but for the blind boy, it is not at all a loss for him. Therefore, he doesn't mind this much. So he says in this stanza, once again we'll say, with heavy sighs I often hear, you mourn my hapless woe, but sure with patience I can bear a loss I never can know. Let's move to the last stanza. Then let not what I cannot have my cheer of mind destroy, whilst thus I sing, I am a king, although a poor blind boy. See the last stanza, how beautifully he explains it. Then let not what I cannot have my cheer of mind destroy. This is probably the message of this poem. This is the message that the blind boy wants to give to the readers. What is the message the blind boy would like to give to the readers, to the people? Let not what I cannot have my cheer of mind destroy. I don't want to destroy my cheer of mind. Cheer means happiness of mind. I never want to destroy my happiness of life thinking about what I cannot have. Let not what I cannot have my cheer of mind destroy, whilst thus I sing, I am a king, although a poor blind boy. You may be looking at me, or you may be considering me as a blind boy. What does the boy considers himself to be? What does the boy considers himself to be? Yes, he considers himself to be a king. The readers or you people may say that I am blind. I may be blind, but I consider myself as a king. Then let not what I cannot have my cheer of mind destroy, whilst thus I sing, I am a king, although a poor blind boy. Here the poet uses the figure of speech metaphor also. In which line do you find the metaphor here? I am a king. The boy considers himself to be, the blind boy looks at him as a king. Other people may say that you are blind. They may sympathize with me. They may feel sad about me. They feel sorrow for me, but I am not at all worried. I consider myself to be the king. So he says, I am a king. So here the poet makes a comparison. What do you mean by metaphor? Metaphor is a direct comparison. So he calls himself, the boy calls himself as a king. Therefore the poet uses metaphor as well in this line. So hopefully what is important thing to note is the message that he is giving can be seen in the last stanza. What is the message that the blind boy wants to give to the people? What is the message that he wants to give? Yes, exactly. What he wants to say is, you should not allow anybody to destroy your happiness. You don't think, you don't worry about something that you can't achieve. You have to think about what God has given you. God has given you without any disabilities. Okay? You are all very happy. You don't have any disabilities. That may be a gift that God has given us. God has not given you something. Usually we think about what is not given to us. So here a clear message that is being passed from blind boy to the people, that is to the readers, is that You should never feel worried. You should never feel sad about what you cannot achieve. Instead, you should think what God has given us. Try to feel happy about it. That is a clear message that the boy wants to give. Hello students, I hope you have really enjoyed the poem. So, as I have already mentioned, the main intention was to read the poem and try to understand. Here, for exam point of view, you need to by heart the poem, memorize the poem. Hope you have, some of you might have already learned the poem by heart. So, let us once again see the poem. It's a very simple poem. We will have to by heart it and try to answer that. As I have already mentioned, it has got 5 stanzas. Any one stanza may be asked for your exam. Therefore, you will have to memorize the complete poem, and it's very easy. It is not at all difficult for you to by heart this poem. So, we will see it once again, then we will see a few questions. Are you ready? Okay, this time you sing with me, recite with me. Are you ready? Yes. Oh, say, what is that thing called light, which I must never enjoy? What are the blessings of the sight? Oh, tell you a poor blind boy. You talk of wondrous things you see. You say the sun shines bright. I feel him warm, but how can he or make it day or night? My day or night, myself I make, whenever I sleep or play, and could I ever keep awake, with me it were always day. With heavy sighs I often hear, you mourn my hapless woe, but sure with patience I can bear a loss I never can know. Then let not what I cannot have my cheer of mind destroy, whilst thus I sing, I am a king, although a poor blind boy. By Colley Cibber. So now let's try to understand the poem in a better way. I'll be asking you a few questions. Please try to answer these questions. If you are able to answer this question, it means you have understood the poem. Shall we begin? Yes. The first question is, who is the speaker in this poem? What is the answer? Who is the speaker in the poem? It is, yes, exactly. That is the blind boy. The blind boy himself is the speaker. Who is he speaking to? Who is he addressing the poem to? Who is he addressing to? He is addressing to the people, normal people who can see, who have the ability to see. First question is clear? Hope you have got it right. Let us see the second question. You mourn my hapless woe. Who is sympathizing with whom? Hapless. What is the meaning of hapless? Yes, I have already said. Unlucky, unfortunate. So, who is sympathizing with whom? Yes, exactly. People are sympathizing with the blind boy here. I hope you got it right. Now let us move to the third question. What a normal person can easily understand is almost a riddle to the blind boy. What is that? Tell me the answer. We have already discussed when we were explaining the poem. Yes, it is the sun making day or night. See, for a normal man or for us, we easily understand when there is sun, when the sun rises till sun sets, it is day, and when the sun sets, it is night. But it is something that is something like a riddle to the blind boy. So he is asking a question also. What is that? How can sun make day or night? This is quite surprising. I can't understand. This is something like a riddle for me. I hope it's clear. Now we'll move to the next question. What is it that the blind boy cannot enjoy? What is it that the blind boy cannot enjoy? What is the answer? Rizwana? Yes. The answer is the blessings of sight. There are many things that we can see outside. We can see with our eyes and we enjoy things. But for the blind boy, he can only imagine. For him, there is complete darkness. So we say so many things that we have seen, we enjoy these kind of things, but we can never, but in the case of the blind boy, he can never see anything. So he cannot enjoy the blessings of sight. In that respect, we are lucky. We can say that we are lucky when we make a comparison between us to the blind boy. Next question. How does the blind boy experience the sun? See, all these are simple questions. And why do we ask these kind of questions? To check your comprehension. Extra mattige nimage artha agide anta check ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ನಾವು. What is important is to understand the poem. Examination point of view is there, but more than that, this kind of simple poem we should read. It enhances, it improves our reading habit. Right? We can improve our language learning only by reading. That really helps. So when you read these kind of beautiful poems, what happens? We will create some kind of interest among ourselves to read, to enhance our reading habit, reading abilities that might really help you in learning languages as well. Fine. So how does the blind boy experience the sun? We say it is a sunny day. Looking outside, we say today is a sunny day. Sun shines brightly. It's too hot outside. It is so, sun is very bright, we say. But what is the case of the blind boy? How does he experience sun? How does he feel sun? Exactly. He feels the warmth of the sun. What does he know? How does he feel that there is sun? The presence of sun is understood by the warmth of the sun. What do you mean by warmth? Warmth is heat of the sun. The child goes outside, the blind boy goes outside and feel it's too warm, it's too hot today, which means he can see, he can feel the presence of sun outside. Exactly. So he feels the warmth of the sun. He feels the heat of the sun. Then, the next simple question to understand the poem is, who does the blind boy considers himself to be? Who is he considering himself to be? Pawan, tell me. Yes, he considers himself to be the king. He considers himself to be a king. Other people may consider, other people may say that he is a blind boy, but I consider myself as a king. So, what we have to keep in mind is, what we have to learn from this particular poem is the view of the blind boy. Looking at everything in a positive way. He is very positive, very optimistic. He never feels sad on himself. He has never cursed himself. He has never cursed God. He is always happy. He in fact feels proud to be blind because he can make day or night by himself. It is not sun who makes day or night for him. It is he who makes the day for himself. When he sleeps, it is night for him. When he is awake, it is day for him. So that mentality that he is using, which is very important. And another thing that we have to learn from this poem is the message that the poem is giving to us. That is, let not what I cannot have my cheer of mine destroy, whilst thus I sing, I am a king, although a poor blind boy. Let not what I cannot have my cheer of mine destroy. When he says this, this is the message that the blind boy is giving to the people. Whatever God has given us, be satisfied and contented with it. We should feel happy about it. Don't waste your time. Don't feel sad. Don't be feeling so tensed or worried that you can't get this, you can't attain something. Whatever you have is yours. Try to be happy with that. That is the biggest message that the blind boy is giving through this poem. So in that respect, this is such a wonderful poem. I hope you have really enjoyed it. And for exam point of view, definitely we'll by heart it, we'll memorize it, and we will be able to score 4 marks for the exam. And at the same time, we also will take the message from this poem and we will try to be happy. We will never feel worried and tensed thinking that we can't get this and that. So for memorizing the poem, please read the poem several times. Some of you might have already learned it by heart. You might have memorized it. Okay, it's fine. Others, please read it several times, memorize it, and that would definitely help you in scoring marks. And more than that, these kind of simple poems you should read and enjoy, and that really helps you to improve your reading habit. That helps in developing this English language learning skill as well. Thank you one and all. Have a nice day.